Audio Jungle.
The two of them were so busy that they had to wait for the next meeting. Scarrows, who was standing at the door of the auction, soon noticed the couple. When Muyun and the other person walked up the stairs to his side, he stretched out his hand and stopped Muyun, who wanted to pass by him. "Please show me the invitation." He stared at Muyun and Reiju. This strange couple made him smell a hint of danger. As long as Muyun and Reiju made any suspicious movements, he would take them down immediately. After all, there must be no accidents at today's auction. Reiju smiled and handed the invitation in her hand to Scarrows. "Can we go in now?" Scarrows glanced at the invitation in Reiju's hand, then smiled and put down the hand that was stopping Muyun and the other person. "Welcome to tonight's auction. I hope you have a pleasant night." Reiju smiled slightly, then took Muyun into the auction house. Inside the auction house, in the center of the hall, a huge stage stood there. Rows of seats surrounded the stage like stars surrounding the moon. Reiju took Muyun to a corner and sat down. Although this position is in the corner, the entire auction site can be seen clearly. Muyun sat down and took Reiju's hand off his arm. "Now can you tell me what you want me to do?" Reiju sat next to Muyun and said with a relaxed expression, "Your mission has been completed." Muyun looked at Reiju in a daze. "Did I do something just now?" Reiju looked at Muyun with a dazed expression and smiled and said, "Your mission is just to help me get in here." After listening to her explanation, Muyun felt even more confused. "You can just come in with the invitation, right? What else do you need me to do?" "This invitation is fake." Reiju threw the invitation aside and continued, "Recently, there have been some conflicts between our family and the boss of this auction. Unfortunately, there is an item at this auction that our family needs. Recently, there have been some problems with the family business that need to be solved, so my father arranged for me to come and solve them and take that thing back. I, a woman, will be particularly conspicuous attending this kind of auction alone, so I need you to help me cover." Muyun glanced at the woman next to him and said, "That means we are cleared, right?" "Yeah." Reiju nodded slightly and said, "We are cleared." Hearing her say this, Muyun breathed a sigh of relief. He also relaxed. He thought that the things Reiju needed his help with would be very tricky. He didn't expect that he would just accompany her here and be a decoration. By the way, Muyun looked around, leaned slightly, and whispered to Reiju, "What items are there in this auction? Why do I feel that these people around are so strange?" He just looked around. In addition to some nobles and wealthy businessmen, there are also some fierce strong men, and some people who are dressed out of place sitting here. "Didn't I tell you?" Reiju looked at Muyun meaningfully. "This auction will auction rare wood, land, ships, and weapons. What they are most looking forward to is the last auction of this auction." Reiju stopped talking halfway, and Muyun asked curiously, "What is it?" "Slave auction." The moment these 4 words came out of Reiju's mouth, Muyun's face suddenly became ugly, and his hands tightly grasped the armrests of the chair. He thought that only the Shambadi Islands would have slave auctions. Unexpectedly, there would be slave auctions in the North Sea. Reiju looked at Muyun, who was depressed beside her, guessing that he couldn't accept this matter, and wanted to reach out to comfort him. But when she just reached out her hand, her pupils trembled. Reiju quickly withdrew her hand, put her hands on her legs, and clenched them tightly. "What qualifications do I have to comfort others? I am just a ruthless killing tool." Reiju's eyes dimmed, and she laughed at herself in her heart. Muyun next to her didn't notice Reiju's abnormality. He stared at the stage in the middle, frowning. Soon, when the chairs around were full of people, the lights around suddenly dimmed. People around started to talk excitedly. "Sorry to have kept you waiting. Nodis's big auction is about to start." At this time, in the center of the stage, a staff member in a suit was holding a microphone and shouting enthusiastically. The host of today's auction is, of course. He paused suddenly, then pointed to the side. The spotlight on the top of the stage suddenly lit up, shining in the direction of his finger. Lord Scarrow. Scarrow adjusted his suit and walked up from the side of the stage. The spotlight moved little by little with his footsteps. When Scarrow walked to the middle of the stage, several spotlights lit up instantly illuminating the entire stage. Standing in the center of the stage, Scarrow reached out to take the microphone handed over by the staff. Everyone, I'm glad you can attend this auction. Today, I, Scarrow, will introduce the auction items to you. I sincerely hope that you can buy the goods you want. As soon as Scarrow finished speaking, whistles and warm applause rang out in the venue. Scarrow bowed slightly to thank everyone for their enthusiastic cheers. Reiju pushed Muyun beside her and whispered, "It started." Muyun frowned and looked at Scarrow, who bowed. I didn't expect that the person I just met at the door would be the person in charge of this auction. Although Reiju said that there would be a slave auction at this auction, but he didn't see it with his own eyes, so it was difficult to make a move. Once he rushed out impulsively and interrupted the auction, it would alert the enemy. So he was waiting for an opportunity to make a move. What are you going to buy today? The planks on the ship have been loose recently, so I plan to sell some sturdy wood. I heard that the weapons they auction are very useful, so I plan to buy some. Yes, the quality of their weapons is really amazing. But I am most looking forward to the last items to be auctioned. I heard that the finale today is a treasure from the sea. Really? Then I have to prepare enough funds. Don't compete with me. The guests around started to talk in groups of 2 or 3. Just as they were talking, on the stage, a staff member walked onto the stage with a box and stood next to Scarrow. Scarrow brought the mic to his mouth and introduced, "Now let's start with the first item. A very well-maintained flintlock rifle. It is said that this flintlock rifle dates back to the last century. It was the sidearm of a noble from a lost kingdom. Now everyone starts bidding. 600,000. I'm sure, 1 million Baileys. Don't come out if you're poor." The bidding sounded one after another, and everyone's emotions were aroused. Soon, this ornately decorated flintlock was bought by a businessman dressed in gorgeous clothes. The staff took the flintlock away. Even if it was a hit, it had to be paid for after the auction was over. Then the staff brought the goods to the stage one by one. Scarrow passionately introduced the goods to the guests below the stage. Hardwood from the Grand Line. 50,000, 100,000, 200,000. Fertile land west of Natis. I believe no noble would think his territory is small. It's time to expand your territory. Scarrow held a deed in his hand, looked around at the nobles sitting around him, and recommended enthusiastically, 10 million, 20 million Baileys. No one can compete with me. Baron Moss. Your territory is in the east of the kingdom. What price are you bidding? Baron Moss glanced at the speaker with disdain and snorted, "What do you care about me? If you don't have money, don't make excuses. You." The speaker's face flushed with anger, and he shouted, 25 million. If you have the guts, add more. Baron Moss smiled and said calmly, "Only fools would add more. There are actually people who would pay so much money to buy a piece of broken land. You are really stupid and rich. You." The person who bid for the land was so angry that he couldn't speak. He originally wanted to stimulate Moss to bid with him and let Moss buy the land at a high price. Unexpectedly, this guy didn't fall for it at all. Baron Moss and Scarrow, standing on the stage, looked at each other, and both smiled. The two had already discussed it. Baron Moss was responsible for raising the price, and Scarrow would give Baron Moss some kickbacks based on the higher price. The next one to appear is new weapons from the New World. Look, these brand new guns, exquisite mechanical structures. We have tested the power and realized that it is several times more powerful than a pistol. Scarrow fiddled with the pistol he had just brought onto the stage and introduced it to the people around him. But the audience was skeptical of what Scarrow said. After all, who doesn't know about pistols? Seeing that the people around him were a little depressed, Scarrow immediately raised his pistol. Hiss! Everyone in the audience took a breath of cold air. This guy is not going to force a sale. They began to make a commotion. Everyone, please be quiet. Now I will help you test the performance of the weapons. Scarrow spoke to calm everyone down and signaled everyone not to be nervous. He pointed the barrel of the gun at the younger brother standing behind him. The younger brother stepped back in panic and shouted in panic, "Boss, don't joke like that." Scarrow had a blank expression on his face and pulled the trigger at him. No. The younger brother was so scared that he closed his eyes tightly and stood there trembling. Bang! A gunshot. Everyone looked at the stage in disbelief. Is he so cruel to his own men? It's bad. Isn't this a wolf's den? Ah! The younger brother stood there and shouted. Everyone looked closely and found that the man was not shot at all. It turned out that Scarrow had just shot the bullet into a suit of armor placed behind the younger brother on the stage. Scarrow put down the gun and patted the younger brother on the shoulder, who was still in shock. Bring that armor over here. Yes, the younger brother replied tremblingly. He was scared just now. He thought the boss was going to test the gun on him. It turned out to be a false alarm. Scarrow didn't care about the younger brother anymore. He turned around, with a bright smile on his face, and said to the people in the audience, "I hope you liked the show just now. Now you can start bidding." Looking at the armor brought to the stage, there was a round hole on it. Looking through the hole, you can vaguely see the light coming from the armor. Hiss! Everyone was shocked. At such a long distance, the pistol can actually shoot through the armor. It can be seen that its power is so strong that it is definitely not an ordinary product on the market. 20 million Baileys. I'll bid 30 million Baileys. Looking at the enthusiastic crowd around people, Mu-Yun turned his head and looked at Reiju. Your target is not this batch of weapons. After all, the Vinsmoke family is a technological family. Now that such a batch of advanced weapons has appeared, they will not ignore it. Reiju shook her head and said lightly, the gold content of these things is not much at all, it is just to deceive laymen. Soon, this batch of weapons was auctioned off. Those who didn't get it were full of regret, as if they had missed a rare treasure. Scarrow looked around with satisfaction at the people who were frustrated because they didn't buy weapons, and said, "Don't worry, this is just the first auction. We will definitely provide you with high-quality weapons in the future. I hope everyone can prepare sufficient funds next time." Under the stage, the people who didn't get it immediately got excited when they heard this. Really? If there is a next time, I will definitely prepare Bailey. Next time I will definitely bid for these weapons. Hey! Don't compete with me! The auction continued, and various precious items were moved to the front of the stage. With the sound of transactions, these things were soon sold by Scarrow. Please be quiet, everyone, the most anticipated part of this auction is coming. Scarrow looked around the audience and shouted, "Everyone, prepare your money. It's finally started. I can't wait. This time I must buy a strong one. The guy I bought last time was too thin. I want to buy a beautiful one." The people in the audience were instantly excited. Mu-Yun leaned back on his chair with a gloomy face, and an invisible momentum began to rise from his body. Reiju on the side glanced at Mu-Yun in silence. Soon, the staff pushed several square objects covered with black cloth onto the stage. The part that everyone is looking forward to, the human auction, begins now. Scarrow shouted loudly to the buyers in the audience. The buyers in the audience also shouted excitedly. Mu-Yun's veins popped up and his fists clenched subconsciously. Suddenly, a slender hand grabbed Mu-Yun's arm. "Don't be impulsive, wait until it's over before thinking of a solution." Reiju comforted her from the side. She knew that even if Mu-Yun rushed to the stage now, it would be useless. After all, these people who dared to hold the auction must have taken measures to prevent people from escaping. First, the first item. A beautiful mother and daughter from the North Sea, Scarrow said as he pulled off the black cloth beside him. Under the black cloth, in a square iron cage, a beautiful young woman looked around in horror. She was holding a little girl who looked a bit like her tightly, and both of them had an iron collar around their necks. Mu-yun in the audience stared at the young woman in the cage on the stage. "Reiju, help me." After saying that, Mu-yun disappeared from his seat in an instant on the stage. Scarrow was opening the iron cage and reached out to grab the mother and daughter who were dodging backwards with an expressionless face. Suddenly, a hand pinched Scarrow's arm. A low voice with suppressed anger sounded in his ears. "What do you want to do with your dirty hands?" The auctioneer was so busy that he was about to leave. Scarrow's face turned gloomy. He didn't expect that someone would come up from the stage, and he lowered his voice and said, "Guest, I understand your urgency, but please stay in the stage and don't go up to the stage to interfere with the auction." As he spoke, he tried to pull out his hand, but Mu-yun's strong grip clamped his arm tightly. Seeing this, Scarrow also guessed that the person in front of him was here to make trouble. He took a deep breath and said to Mu-yun, "I advise you not to make trouble here, otherwise." Bang! Before he finished speaking, his whole body flew out to the stage in an instant. Scarrow was thrown down hard into the crowd below the stage. The sudden change caught everyone present off guard. "Ah! Run!" Screams soon resounded throughout the auction house, and the audience below immediately fled in panic. Scarrow got up from the ground in a panic, gnashing his teeth as he looked at Mu-yun on the stage. "Asshole! This is not a place to run wild." On the stage, the beauty in the iron cage held her daughter and looked at Mu-yun standing in front of her in surprise. "Are you the boy from the daytime?" Mu-yun smiled slightly, reached out and touched the little girl's head, and comforted her. "Wait for me a moment, don't worry, I will definitely take you out." He didn't expect to see the daughter of the ant who helped him during the day here. Mu-yun glanced at Scarrow, who got up from the ground, clenched his fists, and walked step by step to him. The two glared at each other and stared at each other closely. "Do you know how much you, bastard, have ruined my business?" Scarrow's veins popped out, and he gritted his teeth and questioned Mu-yun. "If it weren't for you, bastard, today's auction would have been very successful. I would have had the opportunity to be promoted to the young master's side with this achievement. You, bastard, actually came out to ruin my business." Originally, he could have applied to the higher authorities to be transferred to the young master's side with the credit of hosting this auction. Unexpectedly, a bastard suddenly showed up and disrupted his plan. He now had only one idea in his mind: tear this bastard in front of him to pieces. After hearing this, Mu-yun's eyes became more fierce. He gritted his teeth and said, "You actually sold your conscience just for such a boring reason." "What do you know, bastard? This is not a boring reason." Scarrow shouted excitedly, quickly drew a rapier from his waist, and stabbed Mu-yun fiercely. Faced with the sudden attack, Mu-yun did not dodge or evade. "Go to hell!" Seeing that Mu-yun did not dodge, Scarrow shouted fiercely. Ding! A crisp sound came. The imagined scene of the rapier piercing the body did not appear. Scarrow looked at the scene in front of him in disbelief. At this time, the whole blade of the rapier in his hand was bent, and the tip of the sword was against Mu-yun's heart, and it could not pierce in. How could this happen? Scarrow whispered in disbelief. Suddenly, he found that the position where the tip of the sword pierced was a row of dark scales arranged at the position of Mu-yun's heart. The rapier in his hand just pierced the junction of two scales. "It's my turn to attack." Mu-yun clenched his right fist angrily, and the dark scales instantly covered his entire hand. Seeing this, Scarrow secretly thought it was not good. He instantly loosened his hand holding the sword and crossed his hands to prepare for defense. Bang! With a muffled sound, Scarrow flew out like a cannonball. The powerful impact carried him and instantly smashed the chair behind him into pieces, and the chair fragments flew all around. Cough! Scarrow coughed out a mouthful of blood. He felt his internal organs churning in his body. Scarrow gnashed his teeth and glared at Muyun, shouting desperately, "Why? Why are you a capable person? Why did you, a bastard, eat the secret treasure of the sea, the devil fruit? I paid so much to get it. Why did you get it so easily?" Scarrow's face became ferocious with jealousy. In order to get the devil fruit, he joined the Don Quixote family. He worked like a slave for the Don Quixote family for so long, and finally got to where he is now. It seems that he can apply for a quota of fruit from the family with this merit. Unexpectedly, the good plan was ruined by the bastard in front of him, and this bastard turned out to be a fruit ability user. The strong jealousy instantly broke through his reason. Scarrow endured the severe pain in his body, clenched his fists, and rushed towards Muyun. "Go to hell, bastard!" Muyun looked at Scarrow, who was rushing over, and his hands were all wrapped in scales. When Scarrow rushed in front of him, he waved his fists and instantly shot out countless after images. Dragon Fist. The heavy fist hit Scarrow like a bullet. Scarrow waved his fists and tried to resist, but he obviously overestimated himself. The moment his fist collided with Muyun's fist, the powerful force shattered his hand bones. Muyun gritted his teeth and angrily punched Scarrow hard, as if the anger would be vented from his fist. Bang! Muyun turned around and kicked Scarrow, kicking Scarrow to the stage of the auction house. "Boss!" At this time, the guards of the auction finally arrived. They exclaimed and rushed towards Scarrow. "Boss! How are you? Boss! Please respond to me." The guards were anxious and shook Scarrow desperately. Scarrow opened his eyes with difficulty and looked at the younger brothers around him. He could feel that most of his bones had been broken by Muyun. The intense pain swept through his body, but he still trembled and said, "Help me up! Quick! Help the boss up!" The younger brother next to him saw that Scarrow had regained consciousness and immediately directed the people behind him, lifting Scarrow up from the ground. When they lifted Scarrow up with great effort, Muyun had already come to the stage. He gently supported the mother and daughter and rescued them from the iron cage. Seeing Muyun caring so much about the mother and son, Scarrow showed a cruel smile on his face. All of a sudden, he seemed to not feel the huge pain coming from his body, and excitedly said to his men around him, "Give me the controller of the bombs on the necks of those goods." "Yes." The younger brother searched his body and quickly took out a remote control from his pocket and handed it to Scarrow. Scarrow took the remote control grimly and laughed wildly. "Hey, the kid over there!" Muyun turned and looked at Scarrow. Scarrow raised the remote control in his hand proudly and shouted loudly, "If you don't want those two goods to be smashed to pieces, just surrender. If you don't do it, I will press the button in my hand and blow these two guys up to the sky." The two of them were so angry that they had to face each other. Scarrow looked ferocious and waved the controller in his hand. He remembered it only when he saw Muyun caring so much about the mother and daughter. In order to prevent the slaves from escaping, all the slaves had a collar with high explosives on their necks. Just press the remote control in his hand. In an instant, the bomb on the slaves' necks will explode and blow them to pieces. Hearing Scarrow's words, the mother and daughter beside Muyun trembled in fear. Muyun glanced at the collars on the mother and daughter's necks. "No wonder every time I want to remove the collars on their necks, I always have a bad feeling. It turns out that there are high explosives in it." Muyun was very glad that he did not impulsively remove the coils from the two people's necks. Otherwise, if the operation was not done properly and the bomb was activated, their lives would be taken in an instant. "Oh, right. Where is Reiju?" Muyun suddenly remembered that he had asked Reiju for help before, but Reiju had not appeared until now, and he turned his head to look at the place where Reiju had sat before. At this time, the seat was empty, and Reiju had long disappeared. Muyun's heart sank. "Am I just surrendering and can't do anything?" If he was allowed to surrender like this, he would be very unwilling. Obviously, these guys were not his opponents at all, but now he was threatened by these bastards. Damn it! Mu Yun frowned and gritted his teeth, thinking hard about how to break the situation. After all, if he really surrendered, the fate of several people would not be good either. Seeing Mu Yun standing there with a frown, Scarrow urged, "Make a decision quickly. If you want them to live, surrender." As he said this, he put his finger on the button of the controller. As soon as Mu Yun made any unusual movements, he immediately pressed the button. Suddenly, from behind the stage, waves of purple smoke floated behind Scarrow and others. The smoke slowly floated from their feet to the top. At the moment the smoke floated out, Mu Yun breathed a sigh of relief. He knew that it was Reiju who took action. It really helped me a lot. Seeing that Mu Yun didn't move for a long time, Scarrow said grimly, "Since you don't want to surrender, let's die together." As he said this, he pressed the button. At the moment his finger touched the top of the button, he suddenly couldn't feel the existence of his arm. It was as if this arm didn't belong to him anymore. Why is this happening? Scarrow began to sweat and shouted in panic. Why can't I feel my arm? Hearing him say this, the younger brother beside him also began to panic. Boss, I can't feel my arm either. Help! Why can't I feel my legs? Boss, help me! Why can't I feel my hands and legs? The atmosphere of terror spread among everyone. Mu Yun chuckled and looked at Scarrow's back with ease. I knew you wouldn't be so ruthless and ignore me. A voice came from behind Scarrow and replied, "Why are you so confident that I will help you?" Who? Suddenly, a strange voice came from behind him, and Scarrow wanted to turn back in panic. But he found that not only could he not feel the existence of his arm, but now he couldn't even control his neck to turn his head. Mu Yun grinned and said, "Because I know that you, Reiju, have a gentle heart." Footsteps slowly came from behind Scarrow, and a beautiful figure walked past Scarrow. Scarrow only saw who was talking behind him at this time. At this moment, in front of him, stood a beautiful woman wearing a pink miniskirt, a cape like butterfly wings, and pink hair. Reiju laughed at herself when she heard Mu Yun praise her like this. A gentle heart. How could I have such a thing? She took out a bunch of keys from behind and threw them to Mu Yun. Hurry up and help them unlock it. Mu Yun looked at the keys thrown by Reiju, reached out to catch them, and then untied the collars on the necks of the mother and daughter beside him. So you went to find the keys. Soon, Mu Yun took the collars off the necks of the mother and daughter. He threw the collar to the ground and said to the mother and daughter calmly, "Okay, the danger is over. Do you want me to take you back? I guess Auntie can't see it. You must be very anxious. Thank you for saving us." The beauty burst into tears and subconsciously hugged Mu Yun and kissed him. The girl in the beauty's arms also imitated her mother and kissed Mu Yun. Soon, the beauty let go of Mu Yun. She looked at Scarrow, who had not been dealt with, and said, "No need to trouble you anymore. The child and I can go back by ourselves." Mu Yun also glanced at Scarrow, knowing that he still had to clean up the mess here and it was not convenient to send them back in person. "Well, then you must be careful on the way back. Remember to say hello to Auntie for me." The beauty hugged her daughter and nodded with a smile, then said goodbye to Mu Yun and Reiju. After all, she knew that the next scene was not suitable for her and her daughter to stay here. So she took her daughter and ran out of the auction house. Mu Yun watched the two run out of the auction house, turned around and looked at the other cages. He reached out and lifted the remaining black cloth. What came into view was a person wearing a collar like the mother and daughter sitting in an iron cage. But these people obviously seemed to have been given some kind of anesthesia, and they all closed their eyes and leaned against the cage. "Reiju, help wake them up." Mu Yun took out the key and began to open these iron cages. "Oh, you really know how to order people around." Reiju shook her head and sighed helplessly. She waved her hand, and a cloud of purple smoke flew out of her hand and wrapped around the iron cage. "No! Don't help them unlock it!" Scarrow shouted in fear, trying to stop Muyun and others. "It's over!" A feeling of despair rose from Scarrow's heart. He knew very well what terrible existence was locked in the cage. After all, when he took over the goods, the cadres repeatedly told him to inject anesthetics regularly. If they wake up, it will be very dangerous. After all, these people were captured by the young master from the New World. But it was too late now. Smoke soon filled several iron cages. Soon, the people trapped in the iron cages opened their eyes in a daze. Where is this place? Where did that bastard Doflamingo take me? Damn Dov, I will never lose to him next time. The people in the cage slowly woke up and stood up swaying. Muyun looked carefully. Although there were many people in the cage, only a few of them were worthy of his attention. One was a burly man with a strong body. His burly body showed his strength. One was a short-haired beauty with bold clothes and a row of strange letters tattooed on her arms. She was looking around very vigilantly. There was also a handsome man in a chef's uniform who was taciturn and handsome. He stood up silently and hid in the corner. What Muyun cared about most was a simple and sloppy uncle sitting next to the cage. A dangerous sword intent emanated from him. Muyun looked at him, and the uncle's eyes were sharp, as if he could see through people at once. Scarrows fell to the ground in despair. He was dead now. The people in the cage gradually woke up, and Muyun comforted them. "I understand your panic, but please don't move. You are all wearing a high-powered bomb around your neck. Let me help you take it off first." Muyun held the key in his hand, ready to help everyone take off the bomb. Hearing that they were wearing a bomb around their necks, everyone began to panic. "What? It's a bomb. Hey, help us take it off. Help me take it off first. Help me first. Why? Help me first." Everyone in the cage rushed towards Muyun in panic. Only the few people that Muyun cared about stood there quietly without any movement. "Don't worry, I will help you to remove it. Don't push." Muyun hurriedly helped the people who squeezed to his side to take off the bombs. Soon, most of the bombs on the necks of the people were taken off, and only a few were left unsolved. Muyun looked around and walked to the short-haired beauty who looked more friendly. "I will help you take it off." "Thank you, handsome boy." The short-haired beauty looked at Muyun with a smile as he took off the collar on her neck, moved her neck, and blew a kiss to Muyun. Muyun smiled and helped the next person to remove the collar on his neck. He walked to the side, came to the burly man, and took off his collar as well. The strong man thanked Muyun gratefully. "Thank you." "You're welcome." Muyun smiled and patted the strong man's strong arms, signaling him not to be polite. Then, the whole cage was left with only the handsome guy in chef's uniform and the sloppy uncle, with the collar on his neck still on. Muyun walked up to the handsome guy and looked at him carefully. This guy is really handsome. He's 80% as handsome as me." Muyun stared at the handsome guy in front of him and sighed in his heart. "Don't be nervous, I'll help you untie it now." As he said, Muyun used the key to untie the collar on the handsome guy's neck. Seeing that the collar on his neck was untied, the handsome guy showed gratitude in his eyes and nodded to Muyun. What a weirdo. He didn't even say thank you. Muyun shrugged helplessly and walked towards the sloppy uncle who was sitting in the corner at the end. As the two sides got closer and closer, Muyun felt more and more like there were countless knives on his side. But he still stood in front of the uncle despite this uncomfortable feeling. "Uncle, let me help you take off the collar on your neck." Muyun squatted down and smiled as he stretched out his hand to help him take off the collar on his neck. "Boy, why do you do these things?" The sloppy uncle stared at Muyun, who was busy unlocking the door in front of him, and asked in a low voice, "Do you know what serious consequences your current behavior will bring to you?" Why would you rather get into trouble than help us? Even if you save these people, they will not be truly grateful to you." When the people around heard the uncle say this, they immediately quit. "Hey, what are you talking about? You. Are you looking for trouble? You make us look like ungrateful people." "That's right. I will definitely remember this favor from you, brother." The uncle ignored the angry people around him. He stared at Muyun, hoping that Muyun would answer him. "Don't be so excited. I'm not doing this to get your thanks." Muyun waved his hand, signaling the excited people to calm down. Everyone quieted down when they heard Muyun say this, but they all looked at the uncle angrily. It seemed that as long as Muyun gave an order, they would rush up and tear the uncle to pieces. Muyun took a deep breath, turned around and looked at the uncle's eyes seriously. "Uncle, you just asked me why I did these things even though I knew it would cause trouble." "Because I have to do this." He smiled brightly and answered seriously. "If I don't do it, I will feel guilty about my conscience. I just did what I thought was right. If doing this will bring me trouble, then let him do it." Hearing Muyun's words, the uncle murmured thoughtfully, "It's not right to be worthy of your conscience. Heart. Do what you think is right." The short-haired beauty looked at Muyun standing in the crowd and smiled. The sturdy man sitting in the corner also looked at Muyun seriously. The handsome guy in chef's uniform listened to what Muyun said and thought for a while. Then, as if he had made a decision, his eyes became firm. Looking around, Muyun looked and saw that everyone's collars were taken off. He clapped his hands and said, "The bomb has been defused, everyone go out." Then Muyun took the lead and walked down the iron cage and walked to Reiju. "Solved?" Reiju looked at Muyun, who came out, and asked. Muyun nodded and said, "Let's go, Reiju, there is no need to stay here anymore." After that, Muyun walked out of the auction house. Reiju pointed at Scarrows and others and asked, "What about this group of people?" "Don't worry about them, I have my own plan," Muyun replied calmly. Hearing what he said, Reiji followed Muyun without paying attention to Scarrows and the others. The people in the iron cage came out one after another. They stared at Scarrows and the others angrily. It was these bastards who locked them in the cage. They even wanted to sell them. If Muyun hadn't had other plans for this group of people, they would have rushed up and torn Scarrows and the others to pieces. Outside the auction house, Muyun and Reiji stood in front of the auction house with everyone. "If you want to leave, just leave on your own. You don't have to gather around me," Muyun shouted to the people who followed him out. After all, he just saved them out of kindness and didn't want anything from them. After hearing what Muyun said, everyone looked at each other, and then some people began to leave quietly. Watching people start to leave, Muyun did not stop them. "I hope everyone will have a chance to meet again," Muyun sighed in his heart. Soon the crowd around almost dispersed. Only the short-haired beauty, the strong man, the handsome chef, and the sloppy uncle stayed. Muyun looked at the few people left around him and asked, "Why did you stay and not leave with everyone?" The short-haired beauty said lightly, "Because there is no place to go. The pirate group I followed before was beaten by Doflamingo and fled in all directions." The strong man scratched his head and said, "The same for me, there is nowhere to go." The handsome chef and the sloppy uncle didn't say anything, just stood beside Muyun. Muyun looked at the people standing beside him and laughed. "Since everyone has no place to stay, let's form a team ourselves. Form a place of our own."